Hello, and welcome to this Microsoft Excel course on building complex and advanced functions within Excel using the index and match functions. My name is Kyle Pugh, and I'll be the instructor guiding you through the finer points of building these complex calculations. Now, I've broken the course up into a handful of different sections. During the first section, we're going to talk about the fundamentals of working with advanced functions. During this section, we'll talk about things like cell references, how to reference cells. Do you use a relative reference or an absolute reference? Or do you meet somewhere in the middle and use a variation of the two? We'll talk about nesting functions, placing functions within other functions to make them even more powerful than what they originally planned for. We'll talk about name ranges, how you can grab a block of data, give it a name, and then use that name to help you reference the content within a formula. Then we're going to move into evaluating formulas. How you can step through an existing formula and watch its process as it goes step by step through evaluating the formula. This is great, especially if you inherit work from other people, or maybe you've copy and pasted a formula online and you want to see what it does. Break it down. We're going to use the evaluate formula to help us break down more complex formulas. We're also going to use the evaluate formula command to help us evaluate errors inside of our formulas. You're going to run into an error. Doesn't matter how long you've been working inside of Excel, it's going to happen at some point. Using the evaluate formula command, we can identify where that error is happening and what we can do to fix that error. I'm also going to introduce you to the if-error function within this section. You want to output a custom error message, not just something that Excel's come up with, but a little more descriptive. We'll use the if-error function. We're going to take a look at, in another section, array formulas. A very powerful concept to help you streamline your efforts and automate your efforts in calculating data found within Excel. We'll talk about what arrays are. How do you create an array? How do you treat an array? And I'll give you a few examples of implementing arrays within your formulas. Now, throughout each of these sections, I'm supplying an exercise file. Make sure you download that exercise file and follow along with me. I found that one of the best ways to learn and retain anything new is to get in there right away and start to use it. So it's great. You got me right here. I'm going to walk you through it, hold your hand, walk you through each step, but also jump in there and do it yourself. Practice the concepts that we're going to be discussing here. Where you're truly going to master these concepts is as you get in there and work with it. Now, the final section of the course, I'm going to take you through several real-world scenarios to help you master the concept of working with the index and match functions, nesting these two functions together to create ultimately super powerful calculations within your Excel documents. Give yourself a boost and learn the index and match functions, and bringing it from different approaches with other functions, nesting them in, using name ranges, using arrays to create super powerful functions. So get ready for this. Join me in the rest of the course. Learn how to ultimately become a master of calculations through index and match and other fundamental building blocks. So join me here. Let's get going.